Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channels. In this video, we are going to learn about a Spring Boot project structure. So in this video, I am going to cover how to understood the project structures, where I have to put which class, which file, and where I have to write the test cases. Each and everything I am going to cover with this video. Okay. So simply I'm going to start. So first of all, I am going to explain what is the model class, what you have to put inside the model class package, okay, and how to create a DTO class, what is the use of DTO class, what is the use of model class, what is the use of controller, what is the use of controller package, service package, repository. So what is the need of the package also, and where you have to put what, okay, in which package you have to put which class, what you have to separate each and everything. So we are going to discuss about those things in this video. So I hope this is very useful for you. Okay, so before going to understood, I will tell you, I will also covered what is the difference between models and DTO class, what is the difference between controllers and service class, what is the difference between repository and some other classes. Okay, each and everything I'm going to cover. Okay, so first of all, I have to create one project. So I hope you know about how to create a project in a Spring Boot. Okay, so there is no need to explain everything. Okay, so just click here and go to the new, but I am using Eclipse. If you are also using Eclipse, then might be you are not able to find out a Spring Starter project. So you have to do something like go to the help. Here you can go to the Eclipse marketplace, and inside this you have to search STS. Here you have to search STS and download the STS plugin. Then after you are able to see, okay, and you have to install this STS plugin in your system, in your Eclipse. So definitely you are able to see those things. Okay, I will do this go to this place and search STS, enter. Okay, you just search STS and you have to include this package. Here you can see installed, so you have to click on install. Automatically it installs, and just refresh it, or again start your Eclipse, and then after you go to file, click here new, and go to this Spring Starter project. You can see this is available. Okay, fine. Click on this Spring Starter project. You see this interface. Okay, this interface having, it's automatically connected with this website like http://start.spring.io. so this is the two way you can create with ID also, and you can directly go with the Google and you can search here spring.io. So through this you can also create a project online. It's a no need to go here and just quick start and create a project whatever you want. Okay, why Spring quick start? Click on quick start and try to create a project easily. It's very fast. So here you have to write Spring Boot quick start initializer. Spring Boot initializers. Oh my god. Spring initializers. If you search Spring initializers, go to this place, start.spring.io, this link, sorry. Okay, and here you can see, you can give your project name. So this is your project name, yani ki group. No, this is the group where you have to see. This is the project name like Prince, and you want jar or var, you want Java version like 16, 18 or 8. You want to change also, you can do it. You want to add any dependency, add the dependency like a Spring Native. You want Lombok, you can search Lombok, and just here click on this. He will generate for you one files, and you can download these things. This is the Prince project is created. So this is the another scenario. You have to do work with this. Okay, but I'm not going to follow these things. Okay, we are going to do with Eclipse ID. So this is also much more better than that. Okay, here you can see name of the project. So for example, a Spring Boot structure, STRUC, a structure. So make sure there is no gap between two characters. A Spring Boot structures project, and you have to take also a structure project Maven. What's given like error? Okay, a Spring Boot structure. Okay, so I think in last place we have given earlier one space, that's why it is saying you are not able to create. So make sure is not gap, not a space in the name of the Spring Boot. Okay, and once you done it, you have to if you want to rename these things like group, artifact is whatever you give the name here, it's automatically click here. And if you want to give the version, you can say the version also, a snapshot, description, what is for this, understand the structures, understand the project structure. So this is the description I given. Click on next. Here you can see whatever dependency you want. So I want Lombok. If it is not here, you have to search in this place. Okay, you want a Spring DevTools, is you want a Spring Web, click on this, go to next and finish it. Automatically the project is created, and you can see here it takes some time to download the jar file. Here you can see getting started content with 26% is downloaded, and make sure your internet is connected. Okay, otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, so because you are doing code in Eclipse ID, and code is like enterprise application, definitely you need internet. Okay, so 40% is completed. Okay, 100% is completed. You can see this is your project, and if you open it, you can click on this, you can see this is the structure of your project. This is the structure of your project. So there is something different, two things I will show you. If you create the project with jar, there is something different directory. If you create the project with var, then something different directory. In this jar, okay, I will show you one more times. I will create one more project like demo. Go to this place, a Spring Starter project. Here, right now package is var. That's why you see this directory. Now I will make it jar, and I will give the name of this demo. Okay, demo project, and just click next. Select Lombok, a Spring Web. Click next and finish it. One more, your project demo is created. You can see here, and if you open this, you can see these structures and these structures totally different. Here you can see SRC main Java, SRC main resources, SRC test Java, everything you can see directly, and pom.xml. So here also a pom.xml is available. Both are same. That place to that place, and that place to that place. मतलब pom.xml to SRC and pom.xml to SRC both are same. Okay, but here you can see deploy resource. Here you can see Maven dependency. Here you can see JavaScript resource. Here you can see JRE resource library. Here you can see GSX WS web service. Here you can say something else. So some people are confused, like, oh my god, I have my sir is created project with same thing, but something different. Why it's happened? It's not it's only differentiate with jar and var. If you created with var, you can see these structures. If you created with var, if you created with no sorry if you created your project with the help of jar, you can see these structures. Fine. If you created your project with the help of var, then you can see these structures, nothing else. Okay, you can do everything same thing with both the structures, but this is something proper reading structures. You can easily guess what, where you have to do what and what you have to do where. But here something confusions, like somebody people are saying, okay, I want to write the project where I have to write, but when you open Java resource, you can see src main Java, src main resources, src test Java, same thing. Here whatever you have see, here is also same thing, you can see. Okay, so little bit maths, but you have to explore all those things. Okay, so this is the resources. Okay, and this is something web app. If you are creating the web app application like a Spring Boot MVC, then definitely you can go with these structures with var. Okay, so two differences, like if you want to create a Spring Boot MVC project, then you go with var, these structures. If you want to create microservices like a Spring Boot microservices, then you have to go with this project structures, because this project structure is only for make a API. Okay, and this is jar file, so this is also easy to integrate, and this is var file, var structures. So var is for the Spring Boot MVC structure. So here you can see web app folders, web app resource folders, METINF maven folders. So this is look like a Spring Boot MVC structures, and you have to put some JSP file to call it each and everything controllers. So it's look like that. Okay, so I don't want to worry about it. I want to understood what is the difference between these things, like model class, DTO class, controller class. Okay, so I'm going to this with jar structures. So here you can see this is the src main Java. You have to do everything inside this only. So go to this place. He will give you something project like demo project application.java. Okay, open this. Given by default one main class where your project is getting started, like this is the main method and this is the main class also. If you want to print something, you just call here s out. For example, you want to call hello world, because this is one of the simple project everyone doing when he started doing coding that time. Hello world, hello world. Okay, and just run it. So how you can run this project? You have a two way to run this project. One is in main class you have to click right click and go to run as, and run as a Spring Boot app. So this is the one way to run your Spring Boot project. Here you can see your output. It's running up. Just open the console and you can see your output. So this is saying something like the web server failed to start port number 80. So this port number is already occupied my system, so I can't open my this project in this port number, so I have to change the configurations. Okay, so go to the src main resources, and here you can see application.properties files, and you have to just change the port number. So write server dot port and just something else like 8060 anything. Okay, 8060, just change your port numbers and again try to run it. You are able to run, no problem. So one thing is go to main class and right click here and go to run as a Spring Boot app. So this is one way to run your Spring Boot application. And open your console, you can see hello world. So your program is running on. Okay, good, fine. Another way to run your project is just close it, click on this and close it. If you want to rerun, click on this. If you want to run directly, run this project like that. Click on this run button and you are also able to see the output with this like hello world. So this is the two way. And one more way to run your project is go to project, right click, go to run as and a Spring Boot app. Click on this Spring Boot app, also you are able to run your project. Okay, if you open your project, you can see, oh my god, 8086 already occupied. So actually before when I have run, so 2 times I have run. Okay, so that's why it's making mistake. Okay, no problem. Right now there is no server is running on, so I will close each and everything and freshly I will run. Go to a Spring Boot app and run this. Now you can see your output. So this is another way to run your project. One more shortcut is, if you want to know about it, just write like Alt Shift and Alt Shift X. If you press Alt Shift X, you can see this things like run and build. Near is you can see all the shortcut. You are able to see the all shortcut Alt Shift plus X Q. With the help of this you can run and build your application. If you want to run this application, you can press the Alt Shift R here, run on server. So Alt Shift X and R, you can run your server. If you want to test your application like JUnit testing, so Alt Shift X and T. So once you press Alt Shift X, then after you can perform those many operations like Q, C, E, P, T, A, J, M, O, B, X, R. These are the operations you can perform. Okay. So I want to run, so I will press R. So it's saying the select did not contains any resource, scan the server. Okay, fine. It's already running on, so no need to run once again. Okay, fine guys, you understood like how you can run your application. Okay, next thing is you understood. Okay, so this is the main package where you have to store your demo. Now I'm going to create some package like how can you create package? So just click Controls and N, go to this file and Controls and N, just click on not class, just click on package, search the package, and here you can change the name of the like controller. You want to create a controller package, controllers is ready. If you want to create some other package, okay, controller is ready. Click on Alt N, search the package, okay, and here you have to write dot com dot example dot demo dot, for example I want service, right here service, it's fine. Go to this place, controls and package dot, you want like model. Okay, what is the difference between model and entity? Model and entity both are same, no need to worry about it. Okay, I want one more package like DTO package. So click on this. So DTO is also ready. You want one more package called a repository. So dot repository also fine. So mainly you have to discuss, this is the structures you have to build when you are doing code with a Spring Boot microservices. If you are building any Spring Boot microservices API, also this is needful for Spring Boot MVC also. So this should be fine. So inside the controllers you have to write all the controllers, whatever controller is required. Okay, inside this DTO you have to write those classes which are only help us to communicate one controller to one service to one models. So this is the helper classes you have to put inside the DTO. In model classes you have to put those classes are directly interact with your database. So this is the also beneficial for you to write this. Thus repository is required to write only for repo classes. Like if you want JPA repository, if you are going to use JPA repository to communicate to your database, definitely you have to write those interfaces in these classes, this package. Okay, and this is the service is only for the logic. Whenever you want to require some logic, and this logic is very big, so if you are writing this logic inside the controller class, then it might be not good. It's not a good readable. So everyone confused like, oh my god, it's model class, he write everything. It's not a good way to write everything inside the model class. So definitely you have to save to your logic inside the service class and call this service method inside your controllers. So this is one of the good way to do work with this. Okay guys, I hope you understood little bit. Now for example, where I have to start the writing the code. So this your structure is ready, and one more things I have to explain, like this is the pom.xml. Inside the pom.xml you have to put those things like you want required to implement. So you can add here only dependency, whatever dependency you have required. Like earlier I have selected this dependency web, Spring Boot dev tools, and also I have selected one Lambda. So this dependency is also available here. You want more dependency, you can collect it and you can put inside this. So this is used for those things. Okay guys, this is the properties file. Here you can see in src main resources properties file. So here you can write the configurations, like today I have written these things only for change the port number. So I have written server.ports. Like that you can write your database configurations, you can write your some path configurations in these sections like application.properties, and you can change this name also, like application.yml file. So both are exist here, application.properties, application.yml file. You can write whatever you want and whatever structure you like it. So I really like to do work with application.properties file. So every time I go with this only, but in real time everyone follow application.yml file. So definitely you have to worry about it, you have to know about it. Okay, so this is our demo classes. It's not required also right now. This is also not required. Now I want to explain this package like controller, DTO, model, repository and service. So I hope you understood, like model is just similar to the entity class, so I don't want to explain about it. You can see here model is equal to entity class. Okay, one more things you maybe heard about, like VO package and DAO package, DAO. So I will explain this, like what is the VO and what is DAO. This is totally different things. It's no need to worry about in a Spring Boot MVC. You no need to worry about Spring Boot microservices API. These things is only available when you are doing code with Spring MVC or JEE. Like if you are doing code with Servlet JSP, then that time this requires. If you are doing work with Servlet JSP with JDBC, that time this required. But right now this is not required. DAO classes and VO classes. Okay. Okay. So this is other things, like in DAO classes, everyone writing the JDB configurations when you are talk with so DAO classes is replaced with repository. You can see repository, and VO classes is replaced with you can see VO classes is replaced with you can see DTO classes. And DTO and VO both are similar, you can say both are very closely similar, so you don't want to worry about it. Okay, next things is you understood. For examples, I will give you one example. For examples, I have one class called a student. I will create one class, a student, and this is the student class. Inside the student class, I want to register the students in database. So definitely I want here @ all our constructors to generate all the constructor, @ no our constructors. So generate these things, and also I want all data. So generate a getter and setter. I want to specify the variable, so private string name, private string password. This two field is enough. Okay, and in model class or entity class, you have to make this class like a @entity, not this like that. @entity. Okay, so right now you are unable to fetch entity. So what you have to do is if you want this, so you have to click on this project. If you want any dependency, so one thing is you can go to Google's and you can search your dependency and you can come up and add in this pom.xml. One more way is to click on this project and go to a Spring. Here you can see what add a starter. Here you can see add a starter. So click on add a starter, and here you can see you are able to add the dependency. This is one of the way to add your dependency. So here you can see, like you want JPA, so write JPA, Spring Data JPA. Okay, so communicate with your database. One more things, if you want any database, so you can write like SQL database. So Spring Data JPA. Okay, I want Oracle database, so I will select Oracle driver to insert data in Oracle database, and I will select these things, and he's saying okay. Fine. It takes some time to update your pom.xml, and automatically it will update. So this is one of the things to add your dependency. Updating Maven project 25%. Oh my god, 100% completed. Okay, now you can search entity. So you are able to see the entity persistence. You just click on this and you can see this. So you are able to make this class as an entity class, and you can store this entity class in your database. So this is one of the way. So this is the entity class, it's not a DTO class. Okay, and in DTO class you have to create those classes, those are help to use your database. So I hope guys you understood the entity class, like what is the entity class, and this is the notation for the entity class, data for the getter and setter, and all argument constructor is for to generate the no argument constructors, and this is for the non-parameterized constructors, and this is the all parameterized constructors. It is fine. Okay, so I hope you little bit understood like what is the use of these things, and it is clear for you. So I hope this is model, but if you write here @model, then model annotation is not available. Okay, so you can't write it, you can write entity only. Okay, javax dot persistence. Okay, what is the use of this repository class? So repository is used for to communicate with your database. So I'm going to create one more class here. This is not a class, this is an interface actually. So take one class like a student repo. This is the naming convention, TORY, repository, RPOSITERY, repository. So this is the naming convention, but you have to make it interface, not a class. Okay, and you have to extend these things like what? Extend, not implement, because JPA is also a interface, so you have to extend interface can extend only JPA repository, you have to pass parameters like whatever data you want to insert in database, those types. So I want to put here a student type data I want to insert. So take a student, whatever ID you take here, so you can take ID as like a string. Okay, so it should be fine. So this is for the inserted data in database, this repository package. For example, you have a college also, so you want to register the college, so you can make one more class college, and same repository you have to create it. So take one interface like college, and create it, and you have to same thing extend the JP repository and use it. So you are also able to. So how many this class is there, that many model class is there. So you have to create here model class also like college. Okay, and inside the model class you have to represent same thing like @data @entity class, and also whatever parameters you have, and you have to generate the getter, setter, all argument constructors, no argument constructors, like that. Okay, so this is the use of it. Other thing is what is the service. So for example, if you want to write I will create one class service, it means a student service. So this is the proper naming convention, service, a student service. So inside the student service, for example, you want to add two numbers and return it. So you can write like public a string, not a string, integers, int sum, and you have to pass here two numbers. For example, int a comma int b, and here I am going to return a plus b. So this is something like that. You have created one sum, and maybe here so many logic is there. So I don't know how many lines you have to cover. So these things you have to develop in service class, and whenever it's required, like it's required in the controllers class, then that time you have to call it. So controller class will become something easy, something readable, and something proper format. So that for this you have to create this service class and write here the big logic, so that controller class is little bit good readable. Okay, so this is the use of service class. What is the DTO class? So before going to explain DTO class, I want to explain these controllers. For examples, I want to create one controllers. How can I create a controllers? Go to class, write here student controllers. This is a proper naming. Student controllers. Student controllers. So here you want to make this as a controller, so you have to write at the rate rest controllers or at the rate controller only. So you made it rest controller, so this is the good. Okay, it's fine also. And here you have to write the endpoint. Endpoint in it means like get, post, delete, update, kinds of the methods you have to written here. So for example, I want to register the student, so I will write like public response entity, RESPONSE, response entity. This is the return type, and I have to return here a student object. Okay, and I have to write like register a student, register a student. This is the method name. Okay, this is the method name, and this is the student type. So I want to import the student. Okay, so I want to import the student. Import a student. Students is imported. Register a student. Here you have to return a student object, so just return null as of. Okay, fine. So register, it means someone send me data to register the student. So I will take, this is the post at the rate post at the rate request parameter is post. So at the rate post request, I will make it post mapping, a get mapping. So this is the post mapping, and I will give you that slash a student. So someone is called this methods, I will just give him this space, whatever operation is performs, and return the student operations. Okay, so this is the one of the endpoint. Like that you can create so many endpoint for delete, for update. Okay, so for examples, you want this is for the post mapping, you can make it, this is the get mapping, also fine. You can make it get mapping, you can make it delete mapping. Not delegate, delete. Delete mapping. You can make something like update mapping. So update is nothing but put mapping. Okay, so this is the things you have to cover, and this is the return time of every time, so you can return the null, so that no problems. But method name is same, you can see here. So this is the something problems occurred maybe. Okay, so delete mapping, post mapping, get mapping, post mapping, all are here. Okay, here you can change the method name like 1, 2, okay, 3, and this one is 4. So right now no problems, okay, and you are able to access each and everything. So this is the things you have to cover, you have to know about it. So for examples, if you see this, it's look like little bit simple, it's look like little bit simple because everything is fresh. Whenever you want to call any method of the service class, you can call here and you can perform the operation. So this is little bit cool. Okay, so for this, for examples, you want to take the data from the what you want to take data from users. So you want some data, and those data type is like register type. So I'm going to make either request mapping, a request body, and see inside the request body I want class like register class, register. So register is a one of the class, and I want to create this class. So what can I do? So register class I am going to create, okay, register data, register data class. Okay, so go to these files. He suggests you like create a register data class. So this class I'm going to create, not a controllers, I have to create this DTO. Okay, so this is automatically created in DTO, and you can see here everything is fine. Okay, everything is fine, but make sure in register data you are not writing @entity. @entity. If you want to make this class as a @entity, then you have to put this class inside the model or entity. This is only for the helper class, and this is going to take data like private, string, name, private, string, roll numbers, private, string, college. So this is something like that. So this is only for helping the data. So you are not going to write @model type. So you can generate just @data like getter and setter, nothing else. Okay, and this is going to help you inside the controller to take data and store in this database, not database, store in this class. And if you want to register this data in database, then you have to create a student object, a student as equal to new student, and you have to put all the data, read the data from registers and put inside the S. So set name is register dot get name. Take this data, register in database. So this is something like that. So this is the helper class. It will help you to perform the operation inside the controllers. So this is used for the DTO class. I hope guys you understood what is the need of DTO package, what is the need of controller, what is the need of model, what is the need of repository, what is the need of the service. If you have any doubt, you can comment it. I will definitely reply you, and I will give you a more clarity about it. Thank you so much for watching my video.